Hey, and welcome back to my kitchen. We talked last month about doing a different kind of tailgate this month because the football season's here, and I can't wait to share with you what we're going to do. We're going to do chicken kebabs on skewers that are actually rosemary stems. I can't take credit for this idea, as it was in one of my favorite cookbooks that I love to read, like a novel. You're just gonna pull the branches off and leave the stem. That's gonna be the skewer. We're gonna start with marinated chicken breast, and let me tell you what are in these little tenders. It's olive oil, the zest of 1 lemon, the juice of 1 lemon, garlic, and on top of that you add some rosemary leaves. And I marinated these overnight, so they're nice and juicy and ready to go on the griddle. Then we're gonna do an onion, and then a squash, piece of yellow summer squash, and then a bell pepper. All these good things that grill up. Of course, you can do this on an outdoor grill, would be even better. And then these little cherry grape tomatoes. And you could do without the chicken for your vegetarian friends or family members, and just do all vegetables. And you could just come up with all kinds of different kind of vegetables you could put on here, zucchini and yellow squash. We're gonna put these on the stove griddle, and then we're gonna cook them while we do the rest of our tailgate picnic. This is a cold rice salad, and you start out with a box of chicken flavored vermicelli rice that you browned in the butter or the olive oil and add the water and cook it. Well, I did this yesterday and put it in the refrigerator so it'd be nice and cold. This recipe is a good friend of mine, Jane's, and she shared this with me many years ago, and I have thoroughly enjoyed using this recipe. Cooked chicken rice, right by the package directions. We're going to add a can this size of sliced water chestnuts, a can this size of sliced black olives. If you don't like black olives, you could use green, but I just think the black is wonderful with it. And we're going to add spring onions to it. We're just going to chop them up. And by being so small like this, they're not strong onion taste. And mayonnaise and a little black pepper, and that's it. And this is the most divine tasting cold rice salad you ever put in your mouth. And it molds beautifully too. You can put it in a round bowl, about 2 tablespoons, about like that. You can put it in a pretty bowl, pack it down, put it in the refrigerator, spray the bowl with a cooking spray and or a pretty gelatin mold, pack it down in there, and then when you get ready to serve it, unmold it, and you've got like a design. But oh golly, is this good. Cover it up, put it in the refrigerator. Okay, we're going to garnish the rice salad with little curlicues of the tops of the scallions. And what you do is you just slice them right down the middle and make little bitty strips, put them in a little bowl of ice water and let them sit for a little while, and they're gonna curl up and look really pretty on top of the rice salad. What an easy and fun thing to do. I got a can of stewed tomatoes, and these are Italian style. That means it has basil, garlic, and oregano already in the canned tomatoes. I'll put this in the blender. Already seasoned, I mean, how easy. Then I got a can of tomato soup. This is a good brand of tomato soup, and we're going to dump this in. And I'm going to add about almost a can of water. Pour that in. We're going to add fresh basil leaves. Kind of scrunch them up and bruise them and put them right down in it. All right, another in the refrigerator. Now we're gonna make cucumber sandwiches, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do for dessert, which is the hardest part of the whole menu. All right, I think we might have done these little sandwiches before, the more I thought about when I was planning this show today. But if we did, then that's okay, because it's worth trying again. And the people that are gonna be eating this at the tailgate have not had this before, so I can get away with that. We're cutting a cucumber long ways, and we're going to seed it. I've got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese that I've softened by letting it sit out for, about 10 minutes while we were doing everything else. So what we're going to do is grate this cucumber unpeeled, because we want the green in it, and it gives it a little more texture too. All right, now I'm going to add the cream cheese, and I'm going to add a little mayonnaise, and we're going to mash it up all together, make like a paste. All right, we're going to add 1 or 2 drops of green food coloring. Now always start out with just a little. You sure can't take it back if you add too much. We're going to put some of these little sandwiches together, and you'll see how good they look. And just put one right on the top. See how fast this goes? And we'll have these with the tomato basil soup. And then we'll stand around and eat the shish kebabs and the rice salad, and then end up with this difficult dessert I was telling you about. Okay, here are the bowls, the serving dishes that I wanted you to see how cute they are before we filled them up with the food that we're going to be taking to Athens, the holy city. Well, here we are, finishing it up. Now, didn't this turn out to be a pretty tailgate party? All of it done, of course, ahead of time. Remember the little trick I told you about the tops of the green onions? Well, look how they curled up in the ice water. Isn't that pretty? Just a little decoration to let your friends and family know you went that little extra minute or two to do something different to make it very special for them, because they are special. Here are the cucumber sandwiches and the nuts. This is like we're gonna eat first with the tomato basil soup, and then the kebabs and the rice. And then this is that hard dessert I was telling you about. It's in a bag, and I don't want to tell you names, but it's got a little elf on it, and it starts with a K, and they're called shortbread pecan sandy chocolate chip cookies, and they are every bit as good as you went to the trouble to make. So nothing says you've got to do everything homemade. Sometimes you can throw in the oven and get by with it, and this is one of those. So I think this is going to be a really fun event. And if the Dogs will win, then we will have a happy ride home, and I look forward to seeing my friends for the first game of the season. Y'all try anything you want to take to tailgates, anything from fried chicken to peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're together. Let's all talk about this again next month, about what we'd like to do, because before you know it, it'll be Halloween and then Thanksgiving. So this is 2 years, folks, that we've been on the air, and I thank you so much for your comments and encouragement. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.